Honestly, if life is so hard, it's so hard to study, it's so hard to go to gym, it's so hard to lose weight, it's so hard to, go out socialize, or it's so hard to, achieve your goals, move forward in the direction you want to move in. And the only solution which I can think of is to make your life more harder. And what I mean by this is it is so hard to not eat unhealthy, right? It is so hard to resist the temptation when we feel when we are walking in a supermarket or we are walking by a chain of a fast food restaurant. That decision is harder. So to make our life more better, we need to make our life more harder. Now, if we look at it, we always try to see the end result or whatever we want to do, and when we don't achieve that, we kind of blame ourselves, but we don't understand that it is just so hard. It is like it's actually very hard for us to do those things because there are a lot of forces which are working against us in that moment. Our habits are built over time, and when we have been in a certain way for a long period of time, it is very hard to change that. And when we set out onto a goal, like for example, every new year loads of people kind of take a new year resolution that they will start going to the gym, they will start eating healthy, and they sign up for gym memberships, they start buying healthy foods. But it is again 1 or 2 days or maybe a 1 or 2 weeks, but then everyone or most of them will go back to their old routine because their old routine has been there since I don't know how many years, and people just expect that it will change like that. But this is not how our brain works. Over time, I have realized that everything almost is working against us, and they're actually not working against us, they're working for themselves, which in turns kind of work against us. For example, any social media is built so strong, there's so much money which goes into an app development which wants the user to stay on the platform for as long as possible. Imagine that, like, they don't want, okay, we're gonna target people so they stay on the platform and then they screw their life. They don't care about that. They want, okay, we want people to stay on the platform for as long as possible because the more the people stay, the more ads they will watch and the more money we will get. And for them, it does not matter that when the users are spending so much time online, they are kind of, not moving forward in their goals. It does not matter to them. For them, it's all just profit. You go to the supermarket, the things are placed in a certain way where you are tend to buy the things you don't even need. Like, who the fuck needs so many chocolates, like so many different flavors of chocolates and biscuits and everything? I went to Lidl today and I was just so tempted to even walk across the aisles to just go to the milk. And there are so many different flavors of chocolate, and especially Lidl is so cheap as well, and you just like, okay, it's just like a pound and it looks so delicious, and it is just so hard to just not look at that and move forward. Like, okay, I don't need to wash this, I don't need this, I just want to go and get some milk. And again, like I'm telling you, like, it's just so hard, and it is kind of like not my fault. My senses, when they see something, they will crave something, and if my senses don't see anything, I probably won't crave anything. But again, like, when I started understanding that, okay, these all are temptation, I actually don't need that. At that moment, I am getting distracted by all these advertisement and the product placement and all of these things which goes into making a brand. Now, I have nothing against them. It's about us understanding ourselves. Like, I started to understand, okay, I don't actually need this, it's just my craving going in within me at that moment that I want that. And as I'm out of the grocery stores, within 5 minutes I forget everything. I don't crave that anymore. If I crave something for a long period of time, let's say I'm craving something for a day or two, I go out and buy that because that at that moment it's me who want that stuff, not my senses which get activated by seeing the things around me, if that makes sense. In terms of social media, I recently for a month I didn't had any Instagram, I didn't had any social media apps on my phone. I was checking out Instagram through web browser and my desktop browser just to reply to my friends. And again, when you don't have the app, it is just so hard to scroll away on the web browser. The interface is just hard. So this is what I did. I made my life a bit more harder. I made myself delete Instagram, and if I have to use Instagram, go to web browser. And at that point, all I was doing was just checking out the stories of my friends, the first couple of stories, and just replying to my friends. I did not engage in any Instagram reels because the UI is just so hard for me that it puts me off. and that was kind of like very, you know, good thing for me. But I have installed the Instagram app again, and from last couple of days I can see myself slowly scrolling a bit more comparatively. So I think I might uninstall the Instagram app again. But this is I'm saying, like, it shouldn't be so hard, but it is just what it is. It's just so hard to go to the gym for the first day, and then the second day, and the third day, and the fourth day. And when your life is already a bit hard, it gets more harder. But then it's kind of like, you know, it's like a graph is going up, and then it goes up, and then it suddenly dips down. Like, that's how it works. In terms of like other activities, it was so hard for me to, you know, journal every day. So I started by, you know, just doing anything, literally just recording my voice for like 5 minutes or 1 minute. And when I slowly built the habit, then I started, you know, writing a couple of lines, and then I built up from that. Same with meditation. I started with 5 minutes meditation, 5, 10, 15. I still do 15, maybe 20 minutes max sometimes. And moving forward, I'm gonna slowly build up on that as well. Honestly, the idea for this video is just very random. I was lying in my bed yesterday, and I just realized that most of the people's lives are hard, and to kind of like make it easier, they have to kind of make it more hard first. Like, it will be very hard to change who we are, who as a person we have been for many years. You can't just suddenly change it like that. It does not work like that. It's a long process. Like, for example, if you have been a certain way for past 10 years, you have to at least give it like couple of months minimum to start seeing the progress. Some people can definitely see the progress early. For some people it might take a longer period of time, but then again, like, the step you will take today is gonna build up over time, and you're gonna see the results in future. But if you don't take any steps today, like, you haven't taken any steps today, like, it will just be delayed until you take those first steps. So all I'm gonna say to you is, I know life is hard, but come on, make it more harder. I know you can do it, you have it in you, and I trust 100% that together we can kind of not destroy, but we can keep these brands in check. It's like they have just raised their hand. Oh, it's not our responsibility. Like, in a way, technically it shouldn't be, but when our whole system has failed us, because no one prepared us for this. There's no education, there's nothing in place for us to kind of like, you know, for us to deal with this. So even in terms of like a bit of financial advice, there's always someone kind of like guide you. There's always someone to kind of tell you, oh, you don't, how you can take credits and everything. And you know that credit and loan and everything is bad. But there are people there, you know, courses who teaches you how you can effectively use it in your own advantage. And there's nothing like that for social media. Slowly people are, you know, putting it out. But in terms of growth, the social media grew very quickly, and the system was just not able to cope with it. So we kind of have to take things in our own hands. We have to understand that it's kind of like us against those apps, those algorithms. So start taking control. First of all, start taking control here, and then everything will follow. Hopefully you did find this video a bit motivational, and I want you to write down in the comment section when you have realized that you are kind of being tricked by advertisement or, you know, product placement or everything. And from now on, I just want you to kind of like notice when you are in the supermarket or when you are out and about, and see how your senses kind of like act up when you see certain things, when you smell certain things, and when you hear certain things. And just imagine if you were not in that situation, would you have wanted that thing or not? So again, it's all about that control over our senses, and are they controlling us or are we controlling them? And I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.